Shri Chaitanya Prabhu Vande Nityananda Sauritam Shri Nandananam Vande Shri Hari Katha Govijana Smayukta Vrindavanam Manoharam Om Jnana Surandasya Gnanjana Saka Chakshurmalitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Okay, so what's going on here? Still loading. God almighty. Anyone have any questions? Everybody's eyes look down. I look at so many questions, I go. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Is it ready here? Yeah, it's ready now. Go ahead. Go ahead. Shoot. Yeah, bolo.
Gurudev, you discussed in our last Sunday Satsang that after Diksha, generally disciple, his seriousness vanishes. So, why it so happens, Guru? Means what are the reasons? So that we can be careful.
Well, it's like when you graduate. The question is, right after one takes Diksha, it seems like his enthusiasm vanishes. Is this on? Can you hear it?
Yes, I can hear.
It's going. You can hear it. I don't hear it. Second one from the left. Right. Nothing on. Is the volume button on? I mean, the on button, the far right. Far right. Right.
Yes.
Right. You can hear me? Yeah. The question's asked, immediately after one takes Diksha, it seems as enthusiasm wanes and becomes a little laid back. So why does that happen? Well, just like when you graduate from college, after all that study, then you just kick back and, okay, I got my degree. So the idea of a Diksha, you're waiting for Diksha. You have to wait a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, maybe a long time sometimes. And when you finally get, okay, I'm initiated. I'm Krishna Das. I'm good. I'm now relaxed. Usually when you're trying to accomplish something, you're focused and you're enthusiastic. And once you accomplish what you want to accomplish, then I'm done. I did what I had to do. Now I party. Now I relax. Because our tendency is to be lazy. This is the Kali Yuga. No one likes to work. People have to have an alarm clock to get up to go to work. They don't go, I'm coming to work. Just set it on and off 10 times a day, 10 times every half hour you turn it on, 5 minutes, snooze alarm. If you're enthusiastic to do something, you can't sleep all night. You're waiting to go out and go around Parikma next day. All night you're told, what's it, 3 o'clock? Yeah, 3 o'clock. Because you're going to leave at 3 a.m., so you're looking at you wake up every hour, look at it's only 12 o'clock, it's only 1 o'clock, it's 2 o'clock. You don't sleep the whole night, you're just thinking about Giriraj the whole night. The next morning, 3 o'clock, you come out and do Giriraj Parikma. So that enthusiasm we shouldn't lose. Because initiation, what's the word Diksha means? It means initiation. Initiation means beginning. That's when you start taking step one. You're registered in the college, now your attendance is being taken. First day, absent. You applied for college, you got accepted in the first day, you didn't show up for class. Second day, I'm so enthusiastic, I got accepted, I didn't go to class for 3 days. What is that? So Diksha means initiation, beginning. So now I was revved up to get off the runway. Now I'm in the air, I should start flying. I shouldn't crash land. I should fly, the first Diksha is getting in the air. The destination is Goloka Vrindavan, the lotus feet of Radharani, or Nitya Seva. So are you seeing Radharani? Are you engaged in Nitya Seva? Are you even thinking about it? No, I'm sleeping. I just got initiated last week. I'm still recovering. 2 months to recover from Diksha. That's not the way, obviously. Initiation means beginning. Initiate something at the beginning. Maybe it's the beginning of a journey of many lifetimes, or you're continuing a journey you started many lifetimes ago. Tendency is to work and relax. But the point is, this is not work, this is seva. It's not work, the seva is relaxation. Because relaxation means that which gives us happiness and sense of peace and fulfillment and satisfaction. That's what bhakti does. So you're engaged in bhakti bhajan, you feel happy, you feel successful, you feel blissful, you feel fulfilled. There's nothing to retire from, there's nothing to stop from. You want to stop from feeling blissful? You want to stop from feeling peaceful? You want to stop from feeling fulfilled? Then don't start doing bhakti. What's the way, Oh, now it's time to check the internet, I haven't looked at the internet for 3 months. I've been reading all these books and studying all these scriptures. Now initiate. Now I don't have anything more to do anymore. I just relax. No, now you have to read Bhakti Sundara. You have to read whole Bhagavatam, 12 cantos. You have to read whole Chaitanya Charitamrita. Journey starts. Journey ends and journey starts. Bhakti, the goal of bhakti is bhakti. It's not like any other yoga, any karma gyan. You get to the goal, then you stop the karma gyan. You've done it. Once you become a siddhi yogi, you don't have to stand your head anymore. You already got siddhis. Until you get to siddhis, you have to do all your yoga asanas, kriyas, nupabandhas, and nolis, and all that, everything. Get your chakras together and get your siddhi. When you have your siddhi, you don't have to do anything. You sit down and sit asana, however your siddhis are there. Well, bhakti is the practice, bhakti is the goal. It's all bhakti. It's because it's the intrinsic nature of Krishna. It's the Krishna's Swarup Shakti. Being connected with bhakti means being connected with Krishna's Swarup Shakti. Swarup Shakti means Ladni and Samavit. So when you're doing bhakti, you're in a shower. You're in a shower of bliss and happiness and fulfillment. This is the nature of the jiva. The Swarup Lakshana, the primary characteristic of the jiva is to be happy and stay about Krishna. Be happy in the service of Krishna. This is the only place where we find happiness. Everlasting happiness and peace. That's what we want. That's what bhakti is. That's what it's made of. It's made of love. When you're in love, your heart is peaceful. Your mind is enlivened and inspired because of the contact of love. Even mundane love brings this kind of experience. Momentarily, temporarily. But the bhakti, the prema bhakti, the experience of bhakti, happiness is far superior than anything in this world. Otherwise, why we bother taking diksha? We have some taste of it. We have some experience of it. We do a comparative study. I was doing this. I was living this way of life to find peace and joy, and now I try this way, and I find peace and joy. Which is better? If the material life is better, go back to it. Don't waste your time doing bhakti. Yeah, same question?
Same question.
Yeah.
Does it mean that there is no recreational activity for a serious sadhaka?
Prabhupada once said, when they asked, the devotee asked Prabhupada, newspaper reporter asked Prabhupada a question, what do your disciples do for fun? They work so hard, they sell books on the street all day, and they do kirtan all day, hours on end. What do they do for fun? What do they do? What is their vacation? They work so hard. I see in the airport every day just reading books, 6 to 8 hours. What do they do on vacation? What do they take? I said, this is their vacation. This is their recreation. Everything we're doing is recreation. We're eating opulent, tasty food. That's enjoyable. And we're dancing around Harinam and spinning around, doing handstrings and this and that, no fancy dances, and enjoying that way, and seeing nice philosophy class, and seeing nice drama, Krishna conscious drama. Everything we're doing is enjoyable. So serious sadhaka, he's relishing the highest, the more serious he is, the more blissful he is. Because serious sadhaka means one who's wrapped in the bhakti bhajan of Radha and Krishna. He's left this world. This world is a place of misery and unhappiness, and competition and dissatisfaction, cheating and disloyalty and all the backstabbing. Everyone knows what it's all about. But serious sadhaka, he's relishing bliss at every moment. Anandam buddhi vardhanam pratipadam purnamita swadanam. Cheto darpanam archanam bhava mahadavagni ravam shriya kaira chandrika vicharana vidyavarajiya. Anand, this is the key part. Anandam buddhi vardhanam. He's swimming in the ocean of bliss. Prati padam, every step, prati, every padam, every step. Purnamrita Swami, he's bathing in Amrit. He's bathing in nectar, joy, happiness. Isn't it?
What about Vaidhi?
Vaidhi is also blissful.
He's not swimming quite yet.
Oh, he's floating. Some people aren't very active swimmers, they just float. They float in the ocean of bliss. So Vaidhi is floating in the ocean of bliss. And a Raghunath Sadhaka, Gopi Bhava Samri Tabdi Lahari Kalola Magno More. This is Goswami Astakam. It says there, Chaktva Turnam Asheshamandala Patishinim Sadatutra Bhutva Kaneshaka Grunaya Kovina Kandatra Gopi Bhava Rasam Ritabdi Lahari. Lahari means waves. They're swimming in the waves of the ocean of bliss of Mahabhava Ras. And Gopi Bhava Lahari Kalola, and they're riding in those waves up and down. They're in bliss, like Hawaiian surfers or something, you know? Miami Bay, a pipeline, surfer's paradise, 20-foot, 50-foot waves, 20-meter waves, 20 meter uncha, over. Big wave, fast. So Raghunath Bhakti, he's really enjoying. Rag means passion. Enjoy means you're moving fast. You go fast in a car and you feel like you're enjoying. You go real 10 kilometers an hour. What is it? You get in the car, go 250, 300 kilometers, then they're talking, you know. They're like, wow. Look out the window. Poles are going by. You get a headache. Look out the window. You have to look forward. That's the whole thing of bhakti. You look sideways, you get a headache. You look to your wife, you get a headache. Look to the left, you see your wife, you get a headache. Look to your right, you see your kids, you get a headache. You look forward and see Radha Krishna, then you get happiness and peace. So look forward, go forward. They always say, go forward. What is a car? A car is 5 speeds forward, 1 reverse. Yeah. A car has five gears going that way, only 1 going that way. So we should have 5 gears going forward, only 1 going backwards. None going backwards. No backwards. Don't look back. Coming back. Don't come back. Okay, one other question. Bhavati, I've done some research on your thing, but I'm going to answer next week. I left, because when anurag increases in intensity, and it displays 3 conditions, which are known as samvedya, prakashita, and yavedashraya. They're in succession also. One comes first, and then it becomes bhava and mahabhava. But anurag, if it doesn't meet these 3 criteria, go through these 3 stages of enhancement and development, it's not bhava and mahabhava. I read Ushulingam Maya Jiva Vishnu's commentaries. I saw some other commentaries here and there. I had some idea. It's really. Anyway, I'll try to explain next week. I'm working on it, doing my homework. Prakashita, anyway. You're a good student. I had to be a good teacher. You know? You're responsible. You're reading and having questions. So I had to be responsible. Ignore the questions, not answer them. I had to be responsible and give the answer, find out the answer, and try to give it. This is the way, right? Otherwise, students bona fide. The teachers should be bona fide also. Goes both ways. To your help. He'll have you want to see him. He can have you see him. There's so much potential in the future. Growing up with love. Growing up with love and praying down Vrindavan. Can't beat it. Lucky kid. Other questions? Our old friend Yeah, please.
I just have a question. Today's Ram Navami. What is the Nitya Leela? Do they celebrate Ram Navami, Radha and Krishna? Or are they aware of Ram Navami?
A nice question. Joy is always absorbed in Nitya Leela. They say, what does this Ram Navami have to do with Radha Krishna Nitya Leela? They know about it. They yeah, they know about it very much. They know about it because Bhaguri Muni, and Gargarishi, they're always hanging out in Barsana and Nanagram, telling all kinds of pastimes. And Snigdha and Madhukanta are Brahmins reciters. They recite the different pastimes. And Snigdha and Madhukanta, in the Royal Theatre in Nanagram at night, they tell ancient histories of the Nrsimha Avatar and this and that. Like sometimes Yashoda's telling Krishna bedtime stories. She said there's one avatar called Nrsimhadev, and this demon king was harassing his son. His son's named Prahlad. And then Krishna says, I'll kill it. And Krishna's in bed, he's 5 years old, 7 years old. What is that demon? I'll kill that demon. Why is he picking on Prahlad? No, relax. Gopal, relax. So then, Prahlad was praying, and then Krishna manifested special form as Nrsimhadev and killed him. Oh, great, that's great. So that's Krishna. So even Yashoda is speaking about the Nrsimha avatar. So gopis are aware of the avatars, but when they're absorbed in Madhurya Leela and Sambhog Milan, meeting directly with Krishna, enjoying, they don't have any conception of his Aishwarya or his godhood or all his other avatars and all that. But as Charyas say, when Radharani is separated from Krishna, then Radharani or the gopis are separated from Krishna, then they have memory of his godhood. And they even joke with each other. They say, well, you're like Ram, you're like Ram, what's your virtue? You hide behind a tree and kill a monkey, hide behind, and a beautiful girl comes, and you're just like Ram. Beautiful girl comes to surrender you, cut her nose off. So what are you gonna do to us? We're surrendering to you. You cut the nose and ears off Sarpanika, Ravana's sister. What are you gonna do to us? She just asked for your hand, and we're going to meet you in the kunj every night. And what, are you going to cut her head off, or what what are you, Ram? So they very much know. And sometimes even enact pastimes of Ram Leela. And also they enact pastimes of Mahavishnu, Shristi Leela. Mahavishnu and Sheshashayi, which is north of Koshi, they enact the pastime of Krishna becoming Vishnu, expanding as Mahavishnu, lying down on Anantashesh. And so there's a whole lake there. And the gopis say, we heard from Bhagiri Rishi that one of your expansions, Mahavishnu, you lie in a huge serpent on Anantashesh, and float around there, and Lakshmi Devi massage your feet, and milk ocean, all this stuff. What's all of that? Oh yeah, you want to see? Yeah, we want to see. So then Balaram swims out in the water and he turns into Natashesh. And Krishna swims out in the water and turns into Chaturvarj Narayan. Radharani swims out and she turns into Lakshmi, massages feet. And goes, wow, cool. So what about Ram Leela? So once in Kamvan, there's a place you can go see today, which is after Bimalakund, on the road to Vrindadevi Temple. There's a road to the left-hand side. It goes back and you goes to a place called Setu Banda. Setu Banda is the name of the bridge that goes from India to Lanka. Because Ravana's kingdom was in Lanka, and all the gorilla bears and monkeys from the forest, Ram engaged them all in carrying rocks, and they made a rock bridge from India to Sri Lanka to rescue Sita Devi and kill Ravana. So there, when you go to Kamvan, which is in Vrindavan, there's a place called Setubanda, and you see a whole row of, it's a flat area, everything's flat around here. There's some little hills there also, Charamahari. But this area, Setubanda, is flat. You see big boulders there. I don't know where they even came from. Big round boulders, just going across there's one hillock here, one hillock there, and just go across. And 100 years ago, 200 years ago, it used to be a big lake. So 5,000 years ago, the gopis were on one side, and on the other side of this lake, there was a hillock, like a small hill, like a go-around hill or something. And the gopis said, we heard that you and Ram Leela, you build a bridge of rocks across the lake. So we want to go that island, we want to go that hill on the other side of the lake, but we don't want to walk all the way around the lake. We want to go straight across the lake. It's shorter and faster to go a straight line than go all the way around. Can you make a bridge like you did in Rama? Yeah, what's the problem, man? So Krishna, he played his flute, and he played a monkey raga. Vandar Ayata Raga. Vandar Ayenge Raga. Call the Vandars here. So all the Vandars come jumping out of the trees. There are millions of them, Vrindavan. So what do you want, Krishna? Ram Krishna. So you gotta catch some rocks over here, make a bridge. Save all the rocks, make a big bridge. And then Radha and Krishna and all the gopis walk across the bridge. And you go there today and see it. State of Vanda. So they enact, not only they hear about Rama and they accuse Krishna sometimes of being mean and nasty like Rama, the way he treats Sita. When Sita, you finally win her hand after killing Ravana and risking the lives of so many soldiers and followers of yours. And then you get back to Yodhya, and your wife is pregnant, and you banish her to the forest. She has to go to Valmiki's ashram or something like that. She's pregnant with 2 boys, Love and Kush. So they sometimes the gopis say accuse him being nasty and mean and nasty like Ram. Or sometimes they want to see him show off his Ram Lila. So in Kamvan you can see it's a really nice place actually. I've been there many times. You're just walking through this field. It's just all field. There's nothing there. I don't know. I've been there 10 years. But then all of a sudden these big boulders are out of nowhere. I don't know, whatever. And they just make a line from here to there. And that's the remnants of the bridge. Setavanda and Vrindavan. So Ramalila is there. Jai Sri Ram. In 1968, this is from my Facebook page. In 1968, Prabhupada was in San Francisco. He says, today's Ram Navami. 1968. I want to teach you a mantra. It was a favorite mantra of Mahatma Gandhi. It's interesting because Prabhupada wasn't too favorable towards Mahatma Gandhi generally. But at this time he was a little cool-headed about Mahatma Gandhi. He said Mahatma Gandhi is his favorite mantra. So you can follow this mantra? Prabhupada asked. And the recording is here also. Prabhupada says, Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram Patita Pavana Sita Ram Sita Ram Sita Ram Patita Pavana Sita Ram Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram Patita Pavana Sita Ram. So they're just following it. Prabhupada said, and the voice is pretty good to hear actually. Never heard this mantra before, and he said it a couple of times, and Prabhupada was singing it. So first that mantra was introduced to this Srila Prabhupada himself in 1968 on this day Ram Navami. Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram Patita Pavana Sita Ram. Jai Shri Ram. Nice question. Like smart aleck. That's cool. What is wrong with it? Rock bhakti. I try to answer it friendly. The answer is nothing. Rock bhakti doesn't pay attention these days at all. No need. He fasts, he does Ekadasi fast. No grains or beans for 24 hours, sunrise to sunrise. For all Vishnu Tava, this is Hari Bhakti Vilas. Vishnu Tava, Ram appeared at noon, so until noon you just take water or take nothing. In the afternoon you take falahar, which means fruits and nuts. Milk, okay. But strictly it should be just fruits and nuts. Vishnu Tava, Ram Navami, Krishna Balaram appearance day, Nityananda Vaita Chaitanya Sringa Chaturthi Ramanandrasi Ramnami, all these days, Balaram's appearance day, all these days are Ekadasi fast. So like Nrsinga Day, Nrsinga appeared in moonrise,
Dusk.
or sunset or whatever. Right?
Dusk time.
Yeah, after sunset.
Yes, yes.
After sunset, it's not a moonrise or whatever. Because Chaturthi is almost near full moon, I think. Anyway, roughly, in nighttime. So you have to fast, you can take water, you should take only water all day until then you take Phalahar. This is Hari Bhakti Vilas. This is a Vaishnava standard, which when you're initiated by me, you'll follow. If you follow the standard of Shastra. This guy, they get confused. Sometimes he eat grains, he eat this, that. They get all confused. Somebody wrote a message on Facebook because I described Ram Navami Vrata on Facebook from Hari Bhakti Vilas. I mean, we have to fast from sunrise, Navami to sunrise, Dasmi. I said, yeah. I explained. I said, what about breakfast? And I said, you break means you fast from water until noontime today, then you take Phalahar, take fruits and nuts. What, is that confusing?
No.
Not a big deal. Just like for Ram, it's till noon, water till noon, then Phalahar. Krishna, it's water till midnight, then Phalahar. Nrsinga is water till moonrise or sunset, and Phalahar. That's a big thing. No big thing. Best do nirjal all the time. Usually I do nirjal. I didn't do nirjal today, I just took water. But, should do nirjal. Anyway, do whatever you can do. But the scripture says you should be Ekadasi fast. Question? Yeah.
Maharaj, there is after Aniyor, there is Sankarshan Kund. Do you know the story behind how it's appeared and why it's appeared there? Because it's like
I didn't hear the beginning part. So,
after Aniyor, there is Sankarshan Kund.
yeah, Sankarshan Kund.
Do you know the story behind it? Why it's appeared in this particular place? What is the reason of its appearance there?
I remember the Sankarshan Kund after Anir, I know where it is, on the side of Prikumar. It's been developed recently by somebody, government or something. It's called Sankarshan Kund because there's an ancient deity in the village of Anir of Sankarshan, Anantashesh Balaram. And the mood of Sankarshan was snakes around. It was told that deity was damaged by Mughals, so it's not it's just in somebody's house. It's not formally worshipped. It's worshipped in the temple. So that deity was hidden in that Kund, and that's how the Kund got the name Sankarshan Kund. But the Sankarshan Kund is also mentioned in Bhakti Ratnakar, chapter 5, Mathura Mandal Parikama. And it's also in Adi Varaha Puran. So it's an ancient place. And there it says if you bathe in Sankarshan Kund, you'll be successful in your business. So all you business women and men out there should go take a dip. It's a good season, take a dip now. It's nice and warm. Go around sunset, take a bath. You get success in business by bathing in Sankarshan Kund. That's what it says by Radhakar. I don't remember anything more described in that. Because what we see is around Gaurang, there's Rudra Kund, there's Airavata Kund, there's Sankarshan Kund. And all these kunds are there for different reasons. There's Apsara Kund, there's Naval Kund, Rudra Kund, Surabhi Kund, and they're all connected to some pastime here and there. I can't recall right now Sankarshan Kund pastime, but it is the fact that the deity of Sankarshan Balaram was kept in that Kund. So, but the name of it, Sankarshan Kund, is an ancient name also.
And what about Apsara Kund?
Apsara Kund, supposedly Apsaras came to go around and see Chandra Sarova Ras Leela. And then they want to take a bath, so they bathe there. It was a hot day. like now. Before they went back to Swargaloka, they want to take a bath, get fresh. They were dancing. They were dancing for the Ras Leela, Chandra Sarovar, Vasant Ras. But spring can be pretty hot, you know. Like today's Chaitra Purnima, not today, but next Saturday is Chaitra Purnima. And Balaram came here for 2 months. He's about 100 years old. It was Krishna and Balaram left Vrindavan. They were out in Dwarka. They're gone for about 100 years. And then Krishna and Balaram came back to Vrindavan for 2 months, Chaitra, this month and next month, Chaitra Vaishak. And the gopis when Krishna was here in Vrindavan Leela, and Krishna was dancing with Lita and Shaka, but they also have younger sisters. They have little sisters. Like Radharani has a little sister, Nangamandri. Vishaka, they have little sisters, and all the little gopis are there. And their big sisters are coming home late at night or early next morning, and they're dancing Ras Leela all night. They suppose it's like, oh, you can't believe it was like this. Oh, I wish we grow up, we can dance with Krishna. You know, they want to grow up and be like their big sisters, you know. Little sisters often like to be like their big sisters. So their big sisters are dancing with Bhagavan, you know. It's not a small thing. So but they missed a chance because Krishna ran away and didn't dance with them. But they wanted to dance with Krishna. So when Balaram came back, when he came here for 2 months, he came alone without Krishna. Then all those gopis who wanted to dance with Krishna, Balaram had Ras Leela with him on Chaitra Purnima night and Vaishak Purnima night. And Ras Leela with him. And while he was dancing with them, he became Krishna. So Gopal Champu, he was dancing with them. They were dancing. They said, yeah, "It's nice, Balaram, but you're an older brother. We really want to dance with Krishna. We're happy to dance with you, but we want our son Kava was to dance with Krishna. He didn't come here. Okay, no problem." So by his own sadhya sankalpa, his power to make anything happen, sadhya sankalpa make his power to whatever he wants can happen. He brought Krishna, and Krishna entered into Balaram's form, and Balaram became black in color, sham color, and had the bob and everything of Krishna. So all those younger sisters, Vishaka and Lalita and Tungavidya, etc., they felt like, and they were directly with Krishna dancing, because Balaram is Krishna, Krishna is Balaram. So they're having this next Saturday night. So there's a lot of nice things. Vrindavan Leela is where everyone gets satisfaction. And every other avatar, if any ladies express any interest in that avatar, they can't get satisfaction in that avatar. When that avatar becomes Krishna, they get satisfied. Garga Samhita describes 20 different female personalities that want to have intimate exchange, romantic, amorous exchange with Bhagavan in various forms of avatar, like Vamanadeva, etc. And they couldn't get fulfilled by those avatars. But those avatars blessed them. They said, when I appear as a Krishna avatar, Swami Bhagavan, then I'll fulfill your hankering for amorous dalliance, for intimate loving relationship. So just see, this is power of Vrindavan. Vrindavan is the fulfillment Leela. Fulfills all the devotees' aspirations for intimacy with Krishna. It says in the commentaries of chapter 29, 10th canto, about Ras Leela, all the different gopis that became Ras Leela. Some are the Dandakranya sages, the Shruticharis, and the Deva Kanyas. These are virgin girls in Deva Lok, in Swarga Lok. When Vamanadeva was walking around the universe, these virgin girls in heavenly planets, they saw Vamanadeva go by. Wow, he's a cute boy. He's Vaman. Vaman means 51 inches tall. 51 inches, it's like 1.5 meters or something. Right? But the word Vaman means 51 inches. 51 inches means 1 meter, 1.5 meters.
Meter 25.
1.5 meters.
Meter 25.
What? What are you saying?
1 meter 25 centimeters.
1 meter, 25 centimeters. It's very exact. Thank you. So he's not so tall. Because girls aren't usually as tall as boys. So all the virgin girls, oh, he's really cute. So he said, look girls, I'm a brahmachari now. Don't be looking at me like that. It's not good, you know. But I'll take care of you later. I'll give you a rain check. I'll meet you later, you know. So he came back as Krishna, he played the flute, and he called it, hey, come on, it's your turn, now come on. He called him for Ras Leela. Talk when you eat? I mean, chat mantras when you're eating? Good. What do we chat when we eat?
Krishna fulfills.
What?
Krishna fulfills. Vrindavan fulfills all. Vaman Dev.
Yeah. Krishna, Vrindavan fulfills everybody's aspiration for Leela with Krishna. Yours too. Ours too. This is Vrindavan. The magic and mercy of Vrindavan. What was the question? I don't know. Yes. Question? Yeah. Okay, please answer questions.
Maharaj, if Krishna fulfilled desires of these unmarried girls and Dandakaranya sages, why
Sapornika too. She became Kuja in Mathura.
why couldn't Lord Chaitanya fulfill desire of Murari Gupta? Why Murari Gupta stayed loyal to his Ishtadev, despite having association with Lord Chaitanya?
What's your question exactly? Because your question, what I heard is you said, why Lord Chaitanya couldn't fulfill the desires of Marigupta? Because he did. The answer is he did. Lord Chaitanya did fulfill the desires of Marigupta, because Marigupta is Hanuman, Marigupta's Ishtadev is Ramchandra. So in the Shataprahar Leela, Prakar Leela and Shiva Sangam, Lord Chaitanya for Shataprahara. Prahara is 3 hours, Shat means 7. 7 times 3 is 21. Shataprahara. Prahara means a time period of 3 hours. Prahara. So Shat means 7 praharas. So 21 hours, 7 times 3. For 21 hours, Lord Chaitanya showed different avatars, different devotees, and told different leelas to remind the devotee. So when Murari Gupta was there, he showed his Ram avatar. So Lord Chaitanya fulfilled Murari Gupta's desire to see Lord Chaitanya's Ram. But Murari Gupta didn't fulfill Lord Chaitanya's desire to chant the Mahamantra, because his Ishtadev is Ramchandra. And so Lord Chaitanya said, that's okay, you don't have to chant Mahamantra. Your mantra is Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. Because Hanuman's mantra is Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. No Hari Krishna, Hari Ram. A lot of Ram Katha going on today. we can't get away from Ram, that's okay, good. Jai Shri Ram. Ram Chandra Bhagavan Ki Jai. Okay, does that answer your question? I don't think so. You want to say some more?
Why didn't Dandakaranya sages didn't stay loyal to their Ishtadev? Why did they switch from Rama to Krishna?
The question is, why didn't the Dandakaranya sages keep loyal to the Ishtadev? There's nothing told that the Ishtadev of the Dandakaranya sages was Ramachandra. They were living in Dandakaranya, they were living there before Ram came there. Ram was in exile, he was wandering all around India. He was in Chitrakuta, he was everywhere, wandering all around India, Panchavati. So he came to Dandakaranya. The sages were living there for thousands of years, maybe different yugas. And their Sthai Bhava was Krishna. They were lovers of Krishna in their heart. Their Sthai Rati, which they got from their guru, from Diksha, from this life or last life or somewhere. They're Dandakaranya sages. This is like we have some Vairagi sadhus. Vairagi sadhus live in Braj, they live in caves, they do Madhukari. They're not like the ordinary, regular, social type devotees, but they're Vairagis, but they're Gopi Bhav. They're Vairagis. And so these are sages but they're in Gopi Bhav. So when they saw Ram with Sita, that was an udipan, that was a stimulant, because Ram and Sita's Madhurya Rati, it's conjugal love, amorous loving affairs, husband and wife. So a married husband and wife, unmarried husband and wife is very similar emotion. It's Madhurya Rati, it's conjugal love. So they saw that stimulated their Stairati. It was an udipan, and exciting or stimulated their Stairati. Oh, Ram and Sita's loving Ram so nicely. Oh, we want to love Gopal like that. We want to love Krishna like that. So Krishna understood that and he said, Bhavatu, your aspiration will be, I'll fulfill your aspiration as Krishna. So they weren't being disloyal to Ram, they were maintaining their loyalty to Rishtadev, who was Krishna, Vrindavan Sri Krishna. They're in Gopi Bhav. I mean, there's Gaudiya Vaishnavas, they have jata, they have total jata, they look like some Vairagi sadhus from Hardwar, but they're in Gopi Bhav. They have Manjari Swarup externally, so these are done in Krishna sages, but they're in Gopi Bhav. They have long beards, long hair, they're rishis, Vaishnava shaving their head is just Lord Chaitanya's thing. There's two, in Gaudiya Vaishnava it says you have two things, either shave or grow beard and hair. Not in between. Some of the ways to shave have a mustache, and all that stuff. It's either no hair, no face hair, no head hair, or all beard and hair, long hair. This is the two standards for Gaudiya Vaishnava, proper standard. The six Goswamis mostly had hair. Rupa and Raghunath were shaved. Rupa and Sanatana were shaved out. Raghunath had hair. Gopal Bhatta, everyone had hair. I don't know about beards. I don't know about beards. But long hair for sure. When you see pictures of them all shaved up, those are by ISKCON devotees. When you see old pictures by Indian artists and stuff, usually only Rupa and Sanatana are bald head. In fact, Sanatana Goswami's Tirobhav is in Guru Purnima. Guru Purnima is the last Purnima before Chaturmasya starts. Chaturmasya starts, Ekadasi before Guru Purnima or Guru Purnima, whatever. And that Purnima in Brajmandal, in the Hindi Banchang, Hindi calendar is called Mudiya Purnima. Mudiya means shaved head, because it's named after Sanatana Goswami, because Sanatana Goswami is wandering all around Braj for 500 years. People still remember the shaved head Baba. Vairagi Sadhu, Sanatana Goswami always had a shaved head, Rupa Goswami also. Then they're going to sages of shaved heads, Goviva, Rasalila. Interesting mix all there. Put it all together, what do you got? Very mixed, funny kitchery. Okay, question? You have a question?
Maharaj, thank you so much for letting us be in your association. I wanted to understand how can we intensify our desire to serve our spiritual master. Sometimes we get distracted by a lot of things, but I wanted to understand how do we be one-pointed in our attention to fulfill the desires of our Guru and meet the standards as he wants us to.
You're always asking the question, how to be one-pointed in our desire to serve our Guru?
Yes.
Well, serving the Vaishnavas and especially serving the Guru, there's two types of service. There's Prasanga Seva and Paricharya Seva. These are described in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. No, in Bhakti Sandarbha. Prasanga Seva and Paricharya. So Prasanga Seva means to listen to the teachings of the Guru, read the books of the Guru, listen to the lectures of the Guru. That's Sangha. It's called Prasanga. You're associating with the Guru and you're serving him by Shravanam Kirtan. These are forms of service. Serving, hearing, chanting, remembering. That's called Prasanga. And Paricharya means doing personal service to the Guru, cooking for a Guru, cleaning Guru's ashram, washing clothes, selling Guru's books, or collecting money, giving money to the Guru. Doing practical service for the Guru is called paricharya. So in either of those two services, whether doing prasanga seva or paricharya, you can stay one point in the idea of pleasing your Guru by doing it for his pleasure. I'm reading it. My Guru asked me to read these books, so I'm surrendered devotee, so I keep one point. I surrender, I read these books. And he asked me to study these books, I study these books. And this is my service. So I do my service on time, punctual, and expertly and happily. So that means you're attentive. It's a matter of love. You love your baby. How attentive is a mother serving her baby? Pretty attentive. So she has maximum vatsalya prem, motherly affection for her baby. So if love is there, everything comes automatically. The most important thing is to love your Guru. If you love your Guru, then you'll do everything nicely, because love means to please. Please means to serve. Do whatever the Guru, whatever the lover likes. You do that. The lover's pleased, and you become happy by pleasing another. That's the principle of life and material life also. True happiness comes by serving others, making them happy, not by making me happy. This psychology works everywhere, and works more so in spiritual dimension, spiritual relationships. Love means annihilation, it means sublimation, it means purification of the ego. Love means discovering your true ego. Ego can't be denied. You can't annihilate the ego. In Gyamar, they try to annihilate the ego, or in Buddhists try to annihilate the ego. The ego is identity. Identity, we're eternal. Nityanam, Nityanam, Chaitanam. Jiva is Nitya, it's eternal. So identity is eternal consciousness, eternal conscious particle. Nityanam, Chaitanam. So ego, a sense of identity, what I am, is eternal. What am I, enjoyer or am I servant? I'm a servant. So I serve the ones I love the ones I serve, then we're happy. And we're one-pointed. There's nothing more fixed, there's nothing more controlling, nothing more fixed than love. Love adjusts all your chakras. Love adjusts all your chakras, all your mental, all your vrittis, all your monovrittis, all your thinking, all your desires, all your actions. Everything's adjusted by love. What do you think? You have to find someone to love, that's the thing. And Krishna's presenting himself as a God of love. Here I am, a God of love, love me. Okay. How do I do it? Sing about me, chant about me, worship, get my beautiful form, worship me, dress me, feed me, sing for me. And I'll enter your heart, and I'll put love in your heart, and I'll relish the love that you offer me back. Krishna has to put the love in our heart, then we offer it back to him, and he relishes it. If he doesn't give it, we can't offer it back to him. Love is with him. Spiritual love, and he gives it to us, then we can give it back to him. Wrong one. Okay. Yeah. Question?
Babaji, there is a question from Alina at Chitagopi.
Okay.
The question is about Radharani's Chandrika. Radharani's Chandrika usually bending to Krishna, to her right side, but some pictures it's opposite side. Could you please explain this point?
Radhika wears a particular type of ornament called Chandrika. Chandrika is like kind of a paisley shaped thing. Looks like a figure 6 or 9, upside down 9. Number 9, no? Upside down. nine, like if you put it upside down. So this interesting thing, because I served in Berkeley, San Francisco, ISKCON from 1977 to 81, and Prabhupada came there in 1973, or many times he came there. One time, they have Radha Krishna Deej or Radha Gokulananda on the third altar, center altar is Jagannath. It's called New Jagannath Puri. And then Pujari put a Chandrika on Radharani's front of Radharani's hair and was aiming towards Radharani's right, was going away from Krishna. And Prabhupada said, "Who dressed the Dees?" And it's Pujari, so they called for him. And Prabhupada drew a picture, drew on a piece of paper. He drew a picture. He drew Radharani's little tiara little thing, like a little crown, like little tiara goes across the hairline like that. Then he drew the Chandrika. The Chandrika always points towards Krishna. Lord Chaitanya's Chandrika always points towards Gaur, and Nityananda's Chandrika points towards Nitai. Towards Nitai's points towards Gaur, and Gaur's points like that. It doesn't look so symmetrical because the D's are dancing like this, so you want the Chandrika to look the other way. So if it goes symmetrical, well, it doesn't look good, but that's how it should be. The Chandrika Nitai should point towards Gaur, and Gaur should, because they're leaning with their murtis, one's leaning one way, one's leaning the other way. So they're leaning that way, and the Chandrika's going, it throws the movement off. That's where it goes. Radharani Chandrika should always point towards Krishna. That's the answer. Is that clear? Always goes this way. If I'm Radharani, it goes this way. Krishna's there. Like this. I had this question asked before also.
Thank you so much.
Chandrika. Question? Yeah.
If possible, maybe you speak more about Vishakha Goti, some stories.
Always ask questions, speak about Vishakha Saki. Vishakha is born same day as Radharani, Radhastami, same time, 12 o'clock noon. On Bhadra Shukla Astami, Vishakha is born in a village called Kamai. Kamai is just north of Govardhan, on the road towards Varsana. One of the first villages you come to is Kamai, on the right-hand side. And of course she's married, she has a husband, so-called coward boy husband, coward man husband. And she's Dhiramadhya like Radharani. She has the same bhav as Radharani. She looks like Radharani, same color, complexion. She wears Radharani. She wears a dress. Her sari is Taravali. It's called Neela Taravali. It's dark blue with rows of stars. Taravali means row of stars, like stars. Different people have different ideas what stars looks like. I've seen different artists paint pictures of Vishakha's dress. Can't say I can't see it. If I see it, I'll let you know. And she's a Narma Pandit. Narma Pandit, Narma means joking. She's expert joker. It says when a sadhana siddha gopis, when a person attains prema and goes to Vrindavan, Krishna's Prakha Lila, he goes visits different sakhis to get training in different arts. To how to perform those arts and those talents and sevas just the way the gopis do. He gets trained by the gopis. Radharani teaches the newcomer gopis called sadhana siddha gopis. Radharani teaches them how to tell riddles, how to tell riddles It's called Praheli. How to write dramas and how to write poetry, how to play veena, how to sing. Radharani teaches the new gopis this. This is told in Stavali by Raghunath Das Goswami. And they go to Vishaka to learn joking. So Vishaka is a good joker. Vishaka is always with Radharani. That's why Vishaka is always standing next to Radharani. She's always with Radharani. She always supports Radharani's ideas. And she's more sympathetic to Radharani. Lita's a boss. There's a verse in Rajavilas Stava by Raghunath Das. He says, Lalita Biti Manini. The Radharani is Manini. Radharani shows Man out of fear of Lalita. So Lalita looks at Radharani because Krishna stands at Radharani, doesn't come to the kunj. And then Radharani says, I want to meet Krishna. Why did he come? Lalita, go get him. No, you should show Man to him. If he comes by chance, you should show heavy man, show contrary, reluctant mood, contrary, rejecting mood. Don't be submissive. No, but I want to see him. I don't care if he's late. And then Vishaka empathized with Radharani. So Vishaka always takes Radharani's side against Lalita. So she's like a best Sakhi friend of Radharani. There's not so much written about Vishaka. You read Radhakrishna Ganesh Deepika, doesn't tell so much about Vishaka. I read all the books about Vishaka. I looked everywhere here and there. There's not much told. Her seva is Chamara.
Which instrument she played?
Huh?
Which instrument she plays?
What instrument?
Instrument she plays. Which?
I know. Sri Krishna writes about that in the Gaudiya Vaisnava, the instruments. I have it in one of my books, that particular section. I don't remember it just offhand. Usually gopis play Venas. I think Lalita plays Mridanga, or Shakamani plays Mridanga. One plays Esraj. Mostly play different Venas. Radharani plays Veena. There's Kachavi Veena, there's Rudra Veena, there's different kinds of Venas. Rudra Veena is the kind of Veena Shiva plays. Shiva plays Veena also, Rudra. It's called Rudra Veena. Vishaka Sakhi Ki Jai. Some other question? Yeah.
Maharaj, sometimes when I do my spiritual practice, I feel this sharanagati mood or humbleness. But most of the time when I do spiritual practice, I just in neutral mood. What we can do to always be in this sharanagati mood, in humble mood.
So he's asking a question. When I'm practicing Bhakti Bhajan, sometimes I'm in a Sharanagati surrendered mood, but sometimes I'm just in a neutral mood. So how can we stay in a mood of humble submission all the time? It's a matter of always being introspective and remembering what we are and where we came from. Where were we before? Where were we before? What were we doing before? And what we're doing now, and how we got to where we are now. It doesn't have anything to do with us, it has everything to do with other people, other personalities, gurus, teachers, especially Krishna, Radharani, Giriraj, Gauranga Mahaprabhu, in the holy name of Krishna, which is Krishna, Radharani. So it's just by remembering our own identity, who we are and what we are, that makes one surrendered, makes one humble. And that's part of Buddha Shuddhi. There's something called Buddha Shuddhi. Buddha means the elements, and Shuddhi means means purification elements. It's done before meditation. Before we do any seva, there's certain things required before we do bhajan. For one, we make sankalpa, then we do meditation on the meaning of the mantra. We take a sankalpa. Why am I doing this bhajan? What's the purpose of doing this bhajan? That's sankalpa. What do I want to achieve from this sankalpa? That's a gati. Gati means the goal of this bhajan. And my identity, my purification of my identity, before I begin bhajan, I have to purify my identity. So I do Bhuta Shuddhi, purification of elements, purification of my physical body by bathing, wearing clean cloth, and putting tilak, purification of my mind by proper thinking, and purification of my ego by proper identification, properly fixing my identity, like along the lines of what I said, who am I, where I came from, how I got here. Constant gratitude gratitude, like we put on a t-shirt every day or put on underclothes and overclothes. So we should always put on a covering of gratitude. Be grateful to those around us. Who's around us? Who is in our life that is blessing us? Husbands, wives, mothers, brothers, sisters, gurus, teachers, friends. These are all our well-wishers. These are all representatives of Krishna. These are Krishna's forms before us. So our ultimate gratitude goes to Bhagavan Sri Krishna and Radharani, because they're Ishta Devatas, but their representatives in different forms in our immediate life and presence are also to be shown gratitude toward. This is every day bhajan begins. This is a proper system of bhajan. Buddha Shuddhi, Sankalpa, and Gati. What am I going to do now? What is the goal of what I'm doing? That's Sankalpa. What am I doing? Today's Ekadasi. I want to do Nirjala Ekadasi to purify my existence, increase my attachment to Krishna, make Krishna happy, because Krishna says, I'm pleased by when I observe Ekadasi. So the more strictly I observe Ekadasi, the more happy Krishna is. Yatamam prapadyante tam tataya vajamyam. If you surrender unto me, I reward you accordingly. So control your senses means surrender. Because we want to be the master of our senses. We want to enjoy our senses. So we give all our senses to Krishna. That's what Ekadasi means. Ekadasi means 11 senses. Panch Gyanendriya, Panch Karmendriya, and Man. Man is the 11th sense. Karmendriya is 5 senses, and Gyanendriya is 5 senses, and mind is, so Ekadasi means 11. So in Ekadasi you engage all 11 senses in the service of Krishna. Hari Vastra. Vas means live, residence. So our 11 senses are living with Hari. It's called Ekadasi. Hari Vastra. Two days from now is Ekadasi. Today's Nomi Dandasini Ekadasi. Tuesday, Mangalvar, Jai Ho. Nirjal Vrat Ki Jai. Air conditioner Ki Jai. My neighbor has air conditioner. I'm going to run a pipe from her room to my room. Get a connection here easy. No, it doesn't bother me. I'm just a Sudra, Rijvasi Sudra. I can take the heat. I don't mind. I sleep out here. It's okay. Okay, question. Shamanam, ask a question. You're a surprise visitor. Nice to see you. Hello, welcome, all that stuff. Ask a question. Come on. Put you on the hot spot. Hey, just relax. If you have a question, ask. You have a question?
Why does Rama abandon Sita?
Why does Rama abandon Sita? Honestly speaking, I'm not very familiar with Ram Leela. I read a Gita Press edition of Ramayana, a summary, 150-page summary of Ramayana 50 years ago, 45 years, whatever. I didn't have much attraction around Leela for these kind of things. So the question is why Rama was banned. Why? The question why he did that? Well, there's the external reason, internal reason. The external reason is some of these rumors starting. Ram disguised himself as a spy and was moving around Ayodhya to hear what the people thought. So some washerman, some dobiwala, some washerman, clothes washing person, dobiwala, his wife spent the night outside the house with, I don't know what, some guy or whatever. And she came back next day and she knocked on the door and he said, "You don't live," and the husband yelled out the window, "I'm not opening the door, you don't live here." What do you mean? It's my house. I lived here for 20 years. No, you're not my wife. Why not my wife? You spent the night. You didn't spend last night. Where were you? You weren't here. So you're not my wife anymore. No, open the door. Let me in. So I'm not like Ramchandra. I'm not like Ramchandra who let his wife live away from him for 1 year in Ashokvan in Sri Lanka, in captivity of Ravana. I'm not like Ram. I'm not taking you back. Get out of here. So Ram heard that and said, "Wow, the Dobi's so strict. And my wife was 1 year living in Ravana. This lady, his wife, Dobi's wife, was only one night away from his house, and he's banishing her, throwing his wife out. Okay, Sita, get out of here. I'm pregnant. Okay, I don't care. Get lost." So that's men for you, you know. Men and Purusha's Purusha, you know. Whether Adi Purush or just a little Purush. They can be pretty nasty, pretty mean. That's why I don't worship Ram. No, I'm serious. I'm not, it sounds funny, but I don't like Ram. I can't relate. I respect Ramchandra. I fast on his day. I write about Ramchandra. I preach about Ramchandra. Give lectures. I read about Ramchandra. But personally, I don't have any rag for Ramchandra. His Leela is too confused, too pinching for me. He's supposed to be Maryada avatar. He breaks the rules like Krishna. Krishna is not pretending to be Maryada avatar. If you kill somebody from behind a tree, that's not Kshatriya code. You kill Bali for the monkey, Bali. He hid behind a tree and killed Bali, king of the monkeys. The king, not just a monkey, the king of monkeys. Hid behind a tree and killed a monkey. What's that? Monkeys shouldn't be killed because they're not. Kshatriyas can kill certain animals. Kshatriyas can kill tigers and kill wild boar. They can kill deer, porcupine, and kill 5 or 6 animals that are used for yajna. A monkey's not on the list. Because all these other animals, you can eat their flesh and offer their flesh in yajna. But monkey can't be offered in yajna. You can't eat the flesh. Monkey flesh is poisonous. No one will eat monkey flesh. So monkeys are just to, run away from them. Monkeys are just, monkeys are monkeys. They killed a monkey from behind a tree. Kshatriyas never kill monkeys. So he's Maryada avatar, he's killing an unkillable living entity from behind a tree. Banished his wife, cut off the nose, had Lakshman cut off the nose of Saparnika. Krishna slept with Saparnika. Saparnika came back as Shivakra, Kubja, and Krishna went into her bedroom and enjoyed her, amorous pleasure with her in Mathura. So see the difference between Krishna. Krishna is lovable, Krishna is sweet, Krishna is kind, compassionate. Bhaktavatsala. That term is not used for Ramchandra. Ramchandra, nowhere Shastra describes Ramchandra as Bhaktavatsala. Only Krishna passes the acid test for being Bhaktavatsala. Putana came to murder him, and he made her a dachi, made her a nursemaid, a wet nurse in Goloka Vrindavan. Saparnika came to offer her body for Karan's pleasure, and he's a king, he should have accepted her. She is a Brahmani, she's a beautiful lady. Ravana was a Brahmin, he was learning all the Vedas, he knew all the Vedas. You know, yoga pujas. He was expert pronouncer of Sanskrit mantras. When the day was to do puja, they would call Ravana to come and chant the mantras for the yogis. Ravana was a great Brahmin, a great Vidvan. He's a great learned person, very handsome, beautiful man. They had one problem. He was lusted after Bhagavan's consort, Sita Devi. The day was to do yoga. The day was to invite Rakshas, Ravana, to come and chant the mantras. He's so expert in Sanskrit pronunciation. It's told in South Indian Ramayanas. Heard from Atma Tava, South Indian godbrother, Prabhupada's disciple. So, Ram, Jai Shri Ram. So that's the external reason why. Internal reason, I don't know. Then he fought with his two sons. Lava and Kush went to war with Ram, and he fought him. That's a crazy Leela. Really wild. Krishna stealing butter and throwing collars on people. I can relate to that. I can't relate to Ram Leela. Are you Ram Bhakta? No, she said no. No. They're chanting his name all day long. Hari Ram, Hari Ram, Ram Ram, Hari Ram, Hari Ram. Right, Ram is Radha Raman. Radha Ramana Giridhari Giridhari Shama. Try. Question. Nice question, thank you. Sure in the ocean of Ram Katha. That's good. You should honor, the day of the avatar, you should honor the avatar. You have a question?
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you very much. Maharaj, I would like to ask, like, how can we...
This is your wife?
Yes, Maharaj.
Nice.
Just 2 months ago. We got one.
Oh, congratulations.
Maharaj, how can we quickly move from the stage of Anat Nivritti towards Nishtha? Or maybe from Shraddha to Nishtha quickly?
Question is, how do we quickly move from Anartha Nivritti to Nishtha Ruchi Bhakti? Sadhusanga, Sarvashastra, I love much of Sadhusanga, Sarvasiddhi. Bhakti Sanara has a whole huge section in the second volume, I'm just reading it, second volume now, all about the power of satsang. Satsang is everything. You get training from satsang, you get everything from satsang. Satsang includes meeting Guru, serving Guru, and hearing Vaishnavas give Katha. Everything is satsang. Don't do anything else, just do satsang and get perfection. That's the quickest way to make advancement, by associating, by hearing from, associating, and serving advanced devotees. We don't do it very much. That's a big downfall of Kali Yuga. Everyone wants to look at the YouTube movies, all the sadhus, and that's not really satsang. Satsang, you come out all the way from Vrindavan on a hot day, sit at the feet of sadhu, sweat, clothes totally wet, sweating, submit to the Hari Katha and sadhu sangha. Then you get tremendous spiritual power. You get the bhav of the sadhu, you get the Vaishnava bhav, and you get the collective bhav of all the hearts here. It's a very powerful thing. It's like doing Harinam alone in your room and Harinam in a group. Like our neighbor Bhavati Dasi, she often has Vaishnavas over at her house, Harinam. I'm so happy. I open all the windows, they're open all the time. Anyway, I listen to kirtan, nice kirtans, good singers, and a lot of enthusiastic chanters. She does every month or so. So this is a way, Chanting with other devotees is a way to serve the holy name, a way to get blessing by the holy name. It's a very good example. I like it. Like going to, like being here now, being for 2 hours with a sadhu, hearing Hari Katha is more beneficial than reading alone for 6 months. There's not, you can't find a figure like that in the book, but the idea, I'm trying to give you some idea of the power, the value. Because sadhus have prabhav, their face, their glance, their eyes, their speech. There's power there. It's not their power, it's Krishna's power and the power of their gurus and their parampara, and it comes down. They're just a wire, you know. They're just a plug, and you put in your light your lamp, and then it lights up. So plug's not electricity. A plug is giving you a place to connect to electricity. So satsang gives you a place to connect to electricity, connect to the bhav, the wisdom, the compassion, the bhav, the humor of Bhagavan. What is Krishna like? You have to know the sadhu to know Krishna. Sadhus represent Krishna. They represent his bhav, his love, his compassion, his care, his humor, his wisdom, his realization. Everything is in the sadhu. Sadhus live in holy places. So when you come to a holy place, you meet sadhus and you get tremendous benefit. Because any activity done in a holy place, 1,000 times blessing. There's a verse in the 7th canto of Bhagavatam. It says, Sahasra Phaladi, Punya Kritam, Sahasra Phaladi. And Punya means beautiful activities, and Punya, Jiva Goswami says Punya means devotional activities, like hearing, chanting, sadhusanga, etc. I was describing the power of the Dham. In the Dham, you engage in devotional service, you get Sahasra Phaladi. You get 1,000 times the fall, 1,000 times the benefit of hearing and chanting and sadhusanga in the holy Dham, Vrindavan, Navadvip, Jagannath Puri, Dwarka, than you do anywhere else in the world. The Srimad Bhagavatam, the 7th canto verses there. Sadhusanga. Because what keeps us in an artha-nivritti is doubts and aparads. And doubts and aparads are destroyed by sadhusanga. That's the power of Guru. Jiva Goswami describes those anarthas which are impossible to dissolve and remove on our own, by our own endeavor, by our own chanting, by our own sadhana bhakti, are automatically, instantly removed by sadhusanga. Especially, it also says by Guru Bhakti. This Jiva Goswami, also Rupa Goswami explains the power of the Guru, the power of sadhusanga. And a lot of people like to do their own thing, you know. Don't even take Guru, they just read books and go have YouTube and this, that. They get nowhere. It's a curse of the age, independence. Independence, all facilities are all books, knowledge, YouTube, this, that, Google, everything. Google, Guru. You know, you got everything in Google. You can't get Kripa. Kripa comes from a living representative of a Kripa. Kripa Shakti Murti. Guru is Kripa Shakti Murti. Google is not Kripa Shakti Murti. YouTube is not Kripa Shakti. Kripa is a living potency. The Chit Shakti. Kripa is Chit Shakti. It's not digits and sound. It's Chit Shakti. It's not material energy. Computer and books, all this material energy. But Chit Shakti is transcendental energy. Shabda Brahman, Chit Shakti. That comes from the living personality. So the answer to your question is you're sitting here getting the answer to your question. Okay, I guess one other thing.
So, Maharaj, how do we recognize a sadhu, or a pure devotee? How do we know, this person?
You can't. How do you know a pure devotee? You can't know a pure devotee unless you're a pure devotee. Takes one to know one, they say. It's an interesting point because in the Bhakti Sandarbha 238, it talks about rejecting Guru, leaving Guru. And the interesting point has nothing to do with morality of the guru. Morality of the guru, whether the guru follows four regular principles or not. There's a verse from Mahabharata quoted in Bhakti Sandarbha, the reasons for leaving guru. And one of the principal reasons is the guru doesn't know the truth. He doesn't know the truth. He doesn't know how to teach. He's not teaching right siddhanta. That's the reason we're leaving guru. Because I discussed the verse from Mahabharata and Bhakti Sandarbha with my teacher. I have notes on it. So it's a little hard to tell the pure devotees because the devotee may not behave properly. May not even follow the four regular principles, may be a pure devotee. That becomes very, because the pure devotee is a measure of his attachment and devotion to Krishna. Avichet Surachara Bhajamam says even he does durachara, he does very bad activities, but he's considered saying that he's devoted to Krishna. So it's very, because when the Mahabharata describes reasons for leaving guru, it doesn't say anything about morality, about not following the four regular principles. We judge everything externally. Are you following the four regular principles? You're going Mangalartik, oh, you're a good devotee. Maybe a demon inside and just making a good show. You can't sleep at night, so you have to have a Mangalartik in the morning. Yeah, you have insomnia, so you go to Mangalartik. Well, you're a good devotee of Mangalartik. No, I just can't sleep properly. I sleep all afternoon. So, it's an upside down sadhana. You should sleep at night and you'll be up in the day. So it's the main thing about it. The main way you tell an advanced devotee is he speaks about Krishna, and his speech increases your attachment to Krishna. You go on the YouTube and listen to different devotees, and you hear the bhakti, you hear the lectures. They increase. It touches your heart, increases your devotion and attachment to Krishna. It's a good devotee. Listen, keep listening. If it's technically very good and shastrically very good, but doesn't touch your heart, doesn't increase your attachment, then all respect and keep dialing, keep scrolling down the page for another YouTube movie, another Baba, another sannyasi, another guru, this, that, Goswami, whatever. Spiritual life is totally subjective. It's all individual. Some people see guru in this one and that one, this and that one. Okay, I respect that. I see some people have a guru, I say, I would never take extra from that person myself. But someone else sees them as their savior. They see someone as their savior as a guru. I respect that. Okay, great. Because there's so many combinations of svabhavas and modes of nature in each individual that make up our likes and dislikes and attractions. Rag and dvesh is the end result of our svabhava and karmas. Guna and karma makes our svabhava and makes our determination what we like and don't like. Our rag and dvesh and our choices are all determined by our samskaras. So there's unlimited variations of that. So respect everyone's variations. There's not one way. The way, the truth, and the light. The light has infrared, ultraviolet, and everything in between. There's light, but there's also something called a prism. When the light passes through, the light is the light of Brahman, but when the light of Brahman passes through other aspects of Bhagavan, it breaks into unlimited colors, rainbow colors. The undifferentiated spiritual reality is Brahman. That's white light. When light passes through a prism, then it becomes unlimited colors. So when the Brahman expresses itself as Swayam Bhagavan Sri Krishna or Paramatma, that takes on unlimited colors, unlimited varieties. So many types of sadhanas, so many types of sadhakas, so many types of religious persuasions and faiths. And they're all good, they're all great. But there's one that fits with you, and that's your subjective one, that's your personal choice. So you try to perfect your life in that way. Okay. Question? Got a question down there? It's cool down there, cooler down there. Heat rises, you know. She's close to Mother Earth also. She's grounding herself. She's grounded. Oh, that's good. Every morning I pay obeisance to Tulsi, my Tulsi stomach. I keep my nose in the ground for a few minutes smelling the earth. It's very nice. It's nice earth. It smells good. We have to come in contact with the ground sometime, you know. Your garden's taking over your house over there. I was walking on the roof last night. You used to be in the little corner of your wall. Now it's going. It's gonna be like this in 10 years. She had like a little garden patch, but it's all growing big all over the place. It's good. More oxygen, you know. It's nice. I'm giving you free oxygen. I'm donating oxygen to you. You're tapping into my oxygen supply. I just give you a bill every month, oxygen bill. You know? Right. This is a black book. Someone's asking a question about what are the criterion for rejecting a guru. Is that what your question is? No. Well, this is the question that was asked. Here's the answer. Indeed, one is very unfortunate if he or she has to renounce or leave their Diksha Guru and move on in order to save themselves and advance in their spiritual lives. The criterion for rejecting a Guru is given in many shastras, including Mahabharata, Narada Panchacha, Hari Bhakti Vilas, and Bhakti Sandarbha. Bhakti Sandarbha 238 summarizes many. In Bhakti Sandarbha, Anucheta 238, Section 2, or Section 717, it quotes Mahabharata Udyog Parva, a very important verse which I went through word for word with my guru, which I'll share with you. It says, Guru apaliptasya karya akarya ajanata utpata pratipanasya parityaja vidiyate. These are reasons for rejecting the guru. One is apaliptasya, which means the guru is arrogant or conceited. He's arrogant or conceited. Conceited means, I don't know, showing off your pride. I don't know. Conceited is like pride. Conceited means, pride means you're proud of yourself, and conceited means a similar thing. There's something you have to look up in the dictionary. I can't give you an accurate dictionary. But arrogant and conceited. Second reason is karya akarya ajanata. He doesn't know ajanata. He doesn't know what is to be done and what is not to be done. And the third one is utpata. Pat means the path. Means he's off the track. In other words, he's off the track means he's not. He gets into other things. Gets into Tai Chi or other things besides bhakti yoga, and he's off the track. So you see sometimes spiritual teachers get off the track. And 4 is pratipanasya. Pratipanasya means he's propounding and spreading misconceptions and deviations, utpata, which is utpata, and teaching siddhanta and misrepresenting Vedic and Vaishnava culture all over the world by giving wrong practices on Gaudiya Vaisnava Dharma. And this is one reason. This is my teacher said. This is one reason this applies very much to ISKCON. Propounding and spreading misconceptions and deviations, teaching abhasiddhanta and misrepresenting Vedic and Vaishnava culture all over the world by giving the wrong practices. So the utpata and pratipanasya. then what he should do, he says 5, he says vidiyate. Vidiyate means it's imperative that you must, parichaja must completely renounce, it's imperative, must completely renounce at least such a guru. So I asked this question to my guru, my teacher. I said, in Mahabharata's description for rejecting one's guru, he doesn't say anything about the guru's character, his misbehavior, his morality. Because all these things we heard are just psychic and are basically wrong teaching and wrong attitude. Doesn't say anything about behavior. And not following the 4 regular principles. Why doesn't it say that? And my teacher said, no, that's true. That's true. It doesn't say, because these points are not to be considered. For example, suppose some guru is strictly following all the rules and regulations and very renounced and completely moral, but yet he's speaking and writing all misconceptions, half-truths, and distortions. This is very bad. This is very, very bad. And it's a strong reason for rejecting such a guru, even though he's 100% moral, strict, and renounced. It's better as a guru is a little morally weak, but he speaks the truth, pure Vaishnava, Gaudiya Vaisnava siddhanta. He should be accepted, not rejected. It's a very important point. What's the point of being very strict? You get lots of punya and sukriti, from being that very strict, but it's the attitude that counts. Respect for traditions and shastras and Vedic culture. This is bhakti yoga. What's bhakti yoga? It's the attitude that counts. It's respect for traditions and shastra and Vedic culture. This is bhakti yoga. It doesn't mean that bhakti karma yoga. In karma yoga, you have to have pure behavior, kriya, to get rewarded. But in bhakti yoga, devotion must be sincere and humble. There are reasons for giving up the guru, and it's not about his personal conduct, behavior, or strictly following rules and regulations. He gave an example of wrong behavior. If my guru is not a siddha, I cut his name out from the list of parampara and never recognize or mention him. This is called namaparad. It's called Guru Avagya in Shastra in India. Because the Guru Gorkishore Das is Nandakishore Goswami. Nandakishore Goswami is in the way to Parivar. This is mentioned in Gaudiya Vaisnava Avidan and other places. But when Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati made his parampara, he had Gorkishore, and he doesn't even mention anything about Nandakishore. Doesn't have his picture, doesn't have his name. He cut him out, eliminated him. And after Gorkishore is Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, or Bhaktivinoda Thakur, whatever. So this is aparad. It's ignoring his param guru. Just to create his own parampara, make a list of greatest hits collection, a string of gurus who are all siddhas, although they're different from different parivars and sometimes separated from each other by hundreds of years gap between the disciple is named in the list and the guru. Guru is named as his guru. In this parampara, you combine all these factors, then you can decide your course of action. Although a disciple may have to leave an unqualified guru and move on, still one should remain always grateful and offer obeisance to the previous guru while thinking and truly feeling this guru he's a wonderful person and a great devotee. If you see your previous guru has all the reasons for abandoning If you see your previous guru has all the reasons for abandoning and he's unqualified to be a guru, for example, your guru regularly calls every devotee a sadhya if he's not in your mission. And if a devotee is in your line, then you say, if your devotee is in your line, then you say he's an envious god brother, or he doesn't have Srila Prabhupada's mood, or he's different, or he should stay, or he only reads Prabhupada's books, but you should stay away from him. The idea is that you're telling the disciple to reject all outside devotees. It's a preaching tactic to protect the flock and keep everyone focused on that one guru and not look or go elsewhere to hear any other Vaishnava, even from your own godbrothers. So these are some criterions for leaving guru from Mahabharata and quoted in Bhakti Sandarbha. But the interesting point, which I discussed with my teacher, has nothing to do with behavior. Usually what we hear, people say, oh, I heard this about my guru, he's doing this and that, I'm leaving him. But these are the criteria of Mahabharata, which is a Mukhya Praman for everyone. Mahabharata is the main is an acceptable shastra. And it's quoted by Jiva Goswami and Bhakti Sandarbha. Arrogance, conceited, doesn't know what is to be done and what not to be done. He's off the track. He's spreading misconceptions and siddhanta. We fell from the spiritual world. That's not the siddhanta. Prema is in the heart, eternally in the heart. That's not the siddhanta. It's not in the heart. It comes from outside, from teacher, from guru, from Krishna. And so many other things are there. So they're preaching that's the reason to leave such a guru, because you're hearing the wrong thing. And there's verses also in Sandarbhas from Mahabharata. It says if your guru is preaching the wrong conception and the disciple is hearing that wrong preaching, he goes to hell and the guru goes to hell also. So to be together in hell. It's heavy stuff, you know. You're hearing a guru is preaching wrong. He's preaching against God brothers. He's preaching against other devotees and doesn't let disciples hear from other devotees. That's wrong. If it's proper devotee, has a criterion of devotee. Anyway, everyone has to make their own decisions, but this is solid truth. And Shastra, Hari Bhakti Vilas and Bhakti Sandarbha. That was a little quiet one. That went over like a lead balloon, they say, you know. Anyway, that's any more questions? Help. Keep going. Krishna's in control. He'll adjust everything. Bhakti means faith in Krishna, primarily. Faith in service of Krishna. Because Krishna is doing everything. Krishna gave you a guru, Krishna gives you a teacher, Krishna gave you bhakti. Everything comes from Krishna through guru. So Krishna, if you love Krishna and serve Krishna, Krishna will make all adjustments and take care of you. Just be patient. Carry on. Right? Yeah.
This is question from Kushal.
Husband.
Yeah.
Kushal wants to ask, how start Raga Mark from beginning?
What is the question?
How to start Raga Mark from the very beginning? How to start it?
Raganuga Bhakti.
Yes, Raganuga Bhakti. How to start to practice it?
How to start Raganuga Bhakti. This is explained in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu by Rupa Goswami, that it begins with greed, begins with rag, it's some attraction that comes. So how do we get that beginning attraction to start Rag Bhakti? By seeing beautiful murtis of Krishna is one way, and by hearing Katha of Krishna Lila, hearing Krishna Lila, reading books about Krishna Lila, reading 10th Canto of Bhagavatam. And if you hear about Krishna's Lila, say Krishna and Gopis in Vrindavan, and you see beautiful forms of Radha and Krishna, Banka Bihari, Radha, and you develop some greed, you like this, you're attracted to this, it's called kinshit ruchi, kinshit anubhuti. A little attraction, little interest. You want to be a part of this, you're attracted to this, you want to hear more about this, you're interested in worshiping this, then you can start Raganuga Bhakti. But it's called the impelling factor. The impelling factor, what's the instigator? What's the instigator? Because you begin practicing Vaidhi Bhakti by rules and regulations and scriptural edicts. Scriptures are saying that if we don't worship God, we'll go to hell and all these things. So out of fear of Shastra, negative reaction of Shastra, we take our worship of Krishna to avoid going to hell. But Raganuga Bhakti is based on taste, on rag, some attraction. But if you don't have that attraction, that taste, then you can't start. It starts automatically. You want this, something. You want this. You want to serve Krishna like this. You want to hear about Krishna like this. You want to worship Krishna like this. And it comes gradually. It comes left over from last life. It can continue from last life, sanskaras, or it starts this life. It's very clearly told in Rupa Goswami's Nectar Ocean, first part, second wave, verse 290 to 307. It says the main way Raganuga Bhakti starts is by Bhakta Krunya, Bhakta Krunya, Bhagavan Krunya, by the mercy of Bhagavan or by mercy of devotee. So you meet a Rag Bhakta, you're speaking about Radha Krishna and about Radha Krishna gopis, and you become attracted to that. That means you're getting the mercy of that devotee. Or you read about Radha Krishna, Bhagavatam, or other Lila Astakali, Lila Grants, Govinda Lila Amrita, hear about their Leelas or see beautiful murtis. This is all told in Nectar Devotion, Bhakti Rasa Sindhu. And it creates an attraction, an interest, and that's when you start practicing, you start seeking out more information about Rag Bhakti. Not everyone has that taste. It's just, it's not for everyone. If you don't have a taste, you don't have an interest, you can't force it. You have it. Usually you get it from someone who has it. You get that interest, that kindles an interest from other devotees. Generally what we see is people practice Vaidhi sadhana for many lifetimes or many years in this life, and somehow they fall into they get into interest in Raganuga Bhakti. They get some books, they hear some katha, and something happens inside their heart where they become attracted to this worshiping Krishna in Vrindavan, like Vrajvasi, coward boy or gopi, and then they start pursuing that interest, that attraction. It's based on attraction. There's Ruchi Pradhan and Vichar Pradhan. I was saying Praman Pradhan, but it's Vichar Pradhan, it's actually a term in Bhakti Sundara. Some people are attracted to Krishna based on deliberation of Shastra, deliberation of intelligent discrimination, Vivek. That's called Vichar. Vichar means deliberation. They read the Shastra, they thought about it sounds good, sadhana bhakti sounds good, Vaidhi sadhana, I should do this, and so they start doing it. Ruchi Pradhan means you're predominated. Pradhan means predominated. You have a taste for it. Ruchi means taste. You have attraction for it. I like hearing about Radha Krishna. I like speaking about Radha Krishna. I like going to visit Radha Krishna Devasthas. I'm attracted to it. I like it. That's Ruchi. That's more powerful. Because it's based on directly associating with Krishna and Radharani. The other is trying to learn about them, trying to get a taste. By Vaidhi, you're trying to get a taste. If you have a taste, you start Rag Bhakti right at the beginning. If the taste is there. Without taste, like you say someone's interested in Rag Bhakti. How do you want to worship Krishna? What's Dairati? What's Dairati? I don't know. Well, the residents of Vrindavan, which residents of Vrindavan are you attracted to follow and want to be like? You want to be like Madan Mangal? You want to be a Rakta Bhattacharya? You want to be like Lalita, Vishaka, Gopis, Manjaris? What do you want? You want to be like Rupa Manjari, Tulsi Manjari? I don't know. Then you're not ready for Rag Bhakti. Similar cross-reference. Because Rag Bhakti means to follow the rag of a Ragatmika Bhakta. Ragatmika Bhakta, the eternal Nityasiddha Parikaras of Krishna. They're called Ragatmika. We're following their rag, which means Raganuga, Anuga. Anuga means to follow. Follow those devotees whose whole Atma is full of rag. Sridhan Sua, there's Sakiras Ragatmika. Rupa Manjari, Rati Manjari, Tulsi Manjari, They're Madhurya Rati, Madhurya Rati, Ragatmika. So we're following them. You have it or you don't. Boss, finished. Oh, everyone's practicing Raghavika. What is it? I don't know. Yeah, it's rag means rag. Yeah, rag means passion, attraction, some interest. So it doesn't come overnight. Maybe it comes overnight. If it comes overnight, it's from praktana samskars, called previous samskars last life. Adonika samskars formed in this life by hearing from Raghunuga Bhakta and getting initiated by Raghunuga Bhakta. It's ultimately mercy of devotee, ultimately. Some other question? Yeah.
Babaji Maharaj, could you please clarify this word about guru? Was it conceding or condescending?
Excuse me?
This word, which you quote.
Conceited.
Conceding.
Not condescending.
Not condescending. Conceding. Because conceding means accept something unwillingly, like being forced to concede.
No, it's not. It's conceited. It's not condescending. It's not conceited. It's conceited.
Conceited.
Yeah.
Okay.
Conceit. Look up a dictionary. You look up your Google. Get your Google out. Look up Google dictionary. Conceited. Conceited. E before I after C.
It mentions Maharaj to consider oneself as best. It's mentioned in the dictionary. To consider oneself as best. Conceited.
Conceited means consider oneself what?
The best.
The best. On the best. Conceited. ISKCON lexicon. Composed of fried out. All kinds of language we have. Every group has their own language, you know. Fried out, puffed up. Head trip, profiling. Crazy stuff. So what's the official dictionary meaning conceited?
To think oneself as the best.
Think oneself that you're the best, on the best. And you try to show off to everybody. Look, I'm Mr. Cool, you know. Conceited. Nose in the air. Right nose. Royalty. Chinadapi Sunichena Tori Vasishna Mani Na Mani Dena Kirtani Esadari. Thank you for that exact definition. So are you conceited or what? You're the best honey maker in your world? I think so. Prove the pudding, prove the honey's in the tasting. Good honey. Okay. He makes honey. He's a honey bear. Are you a honey bear?
My neighbor is.
Oh, his neighbor is. Yeah, he has a honey bear. He stole the honey. Honey bears steal honey, you know. They don't make it, they steal it. Oh, goodness. It's too hot, too long, too tired. Okay, right. What's up? What's the question? Yes, sir. Hello.
What can we do to not see faults in others? Can we achieve this quality to not see faults in others?
Question is, what can we do to not see faults in others? You can follow the example of Bilba Mangala Thakur. Yeah, you got it. And then you don't see the faults in others. Because if you have two eyes, one's right fault and one's left fault. Right eye sees right fault, and left fault sees left fault. Well, you should, but Shiva has three eyes. Sri Lokeshwar. Sri Nayana, Shiva. He has three eyes. So we should see with the eye of enlightenment. The fault lies within. Gaudiya Swami told the story of the chainy and the needle. The sieve and the needle. There's something called a chainy. Has many, many holes in it. You wash vegetables with it. Yeah, it's just like a window screen. Like for washing vegetables. Colander, strainer, chainy in Hindi is called chainy. It's called sieve, S-I-E-V-E, sieve. You understand what I'm saying? So it has thousands of holes in it. The needle for sewing clothes is a needle. Needle has one hole. So one day, they were in the kitchen. The needle and the sieve were in the kitchen, and the sieve said to the needle, "Mr. Needle, you have a big hole in your back, man. You have a big hole in your back." "What are you talking about, man? You got 1,000 holes. You got 10,000 holes in your back." So we shouldn't see the faults in others. We should see with the third eye. The third eye is, because our right eye and left eye are going to see right fault and left fault. So we have to see with the third eye, we look at ourselves and see our own faults. Because the faults we see in others are actually the faults of ourselves. But you can't see others unless you're seeing yourself in others. You're seeing faults in others, but actually the fault is yours. The fault is ours. We're blaming that fault on others. Actually, the fault is ours. Has to be, otherwise we'd be liberated. We have so much dosh where we think we're dosh free. We have so many faults where we think hey, I'm perfect, man. Didn't you know? I'm totally pure and perfect. Oh, I didn't know. Yeah, you should know. So that's our general outlook. Our general estimation of ourselves is gross misconception of our own identity. It's called asmita. Abhinivesh asmita. What is it? Rag, dvesh, abhinivesh, asmita, and avidya. These are the 5 coverings of every conditioned soul. 1, think on the body. Rag means attraction, and dvesh means envy or repulsion. Attraction, repulsion. Avidya means ignorance. Abhinivesh means absorption in the body, a bodily concept. And asmita means illusion, tendency to make mistakes. So the tendencies towards every conditioned soul has strong tendencies towards self-delusion. Self-delusion means we think we're one thing, but we're actually not. We're not what we think we are. We think we're something we aren't. So honesty is what's required here. That's why the whole Bhagavatam, the whole Upanishad, it's a verse from Upanishads. Vedanta Sutra says, Pram Satyam Chadimahi. Satya means truth. We should strive to be truthful. Truthful with ourselves. So if we're honest with ourselves, we'll see so many faults in ourselves, so many imperfections in ourselves. We're so busy trying to patch up our own faults and our own bumps and bruises and broken bumpers and flat tires. We're so busy fixing our broken bumpers and flat tires, we don't have time to point out, hey, you got a flat tire, you got a broken bumper. We're busy trying to repair our own busted car. We think we have a brand new model. It's an illusion. Introspection with honesty. The faults we see in others are our own faults. That takes honesty to admit it. Not me, what me? Come on, man. I'm not envious. Why, we're all these things and more. Like iceberg, the big thing called big block ice. A little bit sticks above the surface, and below the surface a huge mountain. So our anarthas are like that. A little bit above the surface. I have a few anarthas, a little bit. There's a whole iceberg mountain underneath the water of our illusion, Be honest. Be straightforward honesty. Honesty is the best policy. Honesty is severely lacking in Kali Yuga. Tendency towards delusion, self-deception is rampant. One of the qualities of Vaishnava is saralata. Saralata means simple, straightforward. What you see is what you get. What the inside and outside is same. Not inside one thing, outside another thing. This is called duplicity. So much duplicity. Fancy straight tilak and heart crooked as whatever. All crooked heart. Straight tilak, crooked heart. You have a very straight tilak, but your heart is very crooked. Jaya Radhe. Oh, we're very, very bad. We're very, very bad. No, we're very good. Think positive. Yes.
Babaji Maharaj, how to avoid the mentality that actually I'm not doing so bad compared to others? I think it's called like lowest common denomination. How not to compare, how not to think that you're actually not too bad.
How not to think you're not too bad.
Compared to others.
Compared to others.
More severe cases than you.
Oh, that's okay. It's okay to honestly measure where you're at and say I'm better than these guys and not good as these guys. That's honest assessment. Because you're obviously better than some devotees and not good as other devotees. That's an obvious, honest assessment. But what we should be afraid of is complacency. The word to be avoided is complacent. I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing okay. I'm cool. Just like Ryan Maharaj used to ask devotees, they would meet him, and he would ask the question, "How's your bhajan?" They said, Guru Maharaj, by your mercy. They always say this, by your mercy. By your mercy, give me some money. I don't have any money. I can't give you money. My mercy is everything but money, huh? You're always saying, Guru, by your mercy on this and that. Okay, by your mercy, give me some money. No, I don't have any money now. Your mercy didn't give me any money. So he asked the devotee, he says, by your mercy, Guru Maharaj, my bhajan is very good. Everything's good. My bhajan is good. And Narayan Maharaj said, oh, that's very bad. He said, it's very bad. What do you mean it's good? No, it's very bad. Because if you're saying it's good, it means it's bad. Because you're thinking you're doing good bhajan, you're not doing proper bhajan. If you're doing proper bhajan, you realize how little devotion you have, how little bhakti you have, how little bhav you have, how many anarthas you have. And if you're doing proper devotion, you know the truth. You know the truth, and you face the truth, and you live the truth. The truth hurts. They say the truth hurts sometimes. But no pain, no gain. So we shouldn't be complacent in bhajan. We can honestly measure ourselves as being better off than others or not as good as others. And that's the Madhyamadikar. He sees some are better than me, I associate with them. Some are not as good as me, I try to help them. Some are envious, I avoid them. And some are on the same level, I make friends with them. This is the Madhyamadikar. When the Adhikar makes 4 distinctions, he does some measuring. These other guys aren't doing so good. Let me help them out. These other devotees are better off than me and are more advanced. Let me hear from them. Let me associate with them. This is good. But wherever you stand, whatever your rank or position is in Bhakti Bhajan, you should never become complacent. Never think I made it, I'm doing good. I have to do more, I have to do more, I have to do more, I have to do more. I look around others, oh, this person is so regulated, they can take rest at 9 every day, go up at 3 every day. I just started getting up early, take rest early. Like my neighbor is like this, Bhagavati. She sets a good example and inspires me because sometimes I'm like that, sometimes I'm not like that. She's always like that, So it's so inspired by a devotee. I see, oh, light's 3 o'clock, so oh, well, good luck. 9 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock, 8:30, take rest early. 8:39, out, lights out. And the room's right out of my room. My bed's right out the window. So I know when lights on means she's awake. She has 2 lights, a bright light when she's really awake and a light not really bright. When she's half awake, Arabhaya Chit and Antarbhaya Chit and Vaya Chit. Use 3 states of consciousness. Internal consciousness, half external, half internal. She has a bright light when she's really steady and really wide awake and doing bhajan. Then when she wants to get in a sleepy mode, she has a little soft light and she's just like listening to some tape about to fall asleep. Then I guess I think so, something like that. Tell my luminosity of the light, of how much she's enlightened. How much she's going down the modes, Okay. Light's going down, okay. I'm watching you, but I'll give a report to your Guru Maharaj. Your bhajan report. Got a good report, too. Okay, I think it's time. Must be time. I'm feeling too tired. What time is it?
10
What?
6:10. 6:10.
10 minutes over. I get one last question. You came from where you came from? South India, where you live?
No, Maharaj. In Dehradun, near Haridwar, in Uttarakhand.
Uttarakhand?
Yes.
Oh.
The hilly district.
Yeah, I know.
Near Haridwar.
Garhwal.
Yeah. Capital of Uttarakhand. Dehradun.
You're from there?
Yes.
She doesn't look like she's from there.
I'm from Varanasi, Maharaj, Kashi.
Yeah, I know Kashi.
But I've been staying in Mumbai since childhood with my parents.
That's nice. And you're married? How long married?
2 months, Maharaj.
Oh, you said that 2 months. That's good. Now you live up there in Dehradun?
Yes, for the time being, Maharaj.
Okay, that's
We might move to Bangalore after some time.
That's good. You like the hill stations.
Yeah.
Bangalore is also a hilly station. And good weather also.
Yeah.
That's good. You go there.
Too big of a city.
And good job opportunities also.
Yes, Maharaj.
Okay, nice. Have a good life there.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Have any questions? Because you're going to away to Dehradun. Last question.
Maharaj, not a question, but our spiritual master asked us to convey his greetings to you, His Holiness Bhaktivedanta Damodar Swami Maharaj.
Can I say?
I'm saying I don't have a question, but our spiritual master, His Holiness Bhaktivedanta Damodar Swami Maharaj, he asked us to convey his greetings to you.
Oh, Vigyan Goswami Maharaj. He's big.
Bhakti Dhir Damodar Maharaj.
Bhakti.
Dhir Damodar Maharaj.
He's from West Africa. Recently, another
Damodar Maharaj.
Bhakti
Yes.
Dhir Damodar Maharaj.
Yeah, dear. Yeah, he stayed here one time. Yeah, I know. He's your guru.
aspiring from him.
That's nice. Yeah, I know him. So he says respects to me or says hello.
Yes, he sent his regards.
Yes.
Oh, send my respects back to him. That's nice. He stayed here a few days one time.
He's coming in June. Positively should be here in Vrindavan.
Okay, I'll see him then. He's a nice story. Anything? Anyway, last question? Doctor?
Can you maybe often be heard like the devotee said that that someone is like sentimental, that it actually that it's not love towards Guru, just that the person is being sentimental. But can you explain the difference between love and being sentimental?
Couldn't hear a question.
Saying what is the difference between sentimentalism and love for the Guru. Sometimes we express our love, but people say it as being sentimental. So what is the difference between being sentimental and having love for the Guru?
Thank you. The question is, what's the difference between expressing sentiments, being sentimental towards Guru, and love towards Guru? Love is full of sentiments. Love is full of sentiments. But expressing love means pleasing the Guru, that's all. If you do that with sentiments, that's nice. If you don't do it with sentiments, it's also nice. And love means service. Service means pleasing the person you're serving. Anuklayena Krishna Shilanam Bhakti Uchate. It's the definition of pure bhakti and Bhakti Rasvita Sindhu. Should be done with a favorable attitude and pleasing the person you're serving. So if you have a favorable attitude towards Guru, a loving favorable attitude, and you're serving and pleasing him, then that's that's the expression of your love. Sentiments just means just being sentimental. Is, oh yeah, my Guru, I love my Guru. They don't do anything. You don't do any service. You're not following his orders, not studying, not serving. Being sentimental means not doing anything. Yes, sentiments, but service is active. Our soul is active. We have to do something. Service is active. Shraddha, Kirtan, Swarna, Vishnu, Padaseva. It's activity. Soul is active. So we have to do actions to please the Guru. Sarva Siddha Bhakti is the best way to please the Guru. Sarva Siddha Bhakti is Shraddha, Kirtan, Vishnu, Swarna, hearing, chanting, remembering Radha and Krishna and Vrindavan. So if you're always doing that, you're always pleasing Guru. And that's showing your love for Guru. You'll know the Guru is happy when you meet him. He's happy to see you. If he doesn't happy to see you, then he looks at you. Oh, someone said, oh, yeah. Anyway, that's it. Okay. Now let's Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe. Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe. Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe. Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe. Jaya Radhe. Thank you very much.
Bhakti Maharaj ki
Jai.